Welcome in, wheredoibet.com. I am Drew Martin with Joey Chesnut, the Nathan's hot dog eating champion for multiple years in the past. Joey, welcome in. Thanks for joining me, bud.
Oh, good to be here.
Good to have you, man. And we got the Bet Online eating contest. It's starting tonight, and it's going all the way through Wednesday. Are the nerves starting to come in? How are you feeling?
I'm amped. It's my first contest in like 2 months. It's a little bit different eating at home with camera and trying to eat against somebody on the other side of the country. But I'm excited. This is the way it is right now with the quarantine going on, and I'm a little bit nervous. This is bologna, my first time eating bologna, so hopefully I can find a rhythm quickly and just plow through it.
Yeah, man, it is kind of different because a lot of the contests I'm guessing you were in the past, you can kind of see your opponent and see how he's doing and speed up or slow down. This one, you're just by yourself, right? There's no other, I guess your competition isn't with you at all, right?
Yeah, I can't see the competition. There's no chance for me to see their method, see if they're eating faster. There's no way I can improve my method. I just have to just go in there with a plan, attack the food, and hopefully my plan works. It's a different kind of contest. Usually my contests are like 10 minutes long, so I can ease in my rhythm. This one, it's only this first one. It's two pounds, and I should be able to do 2 pounds in about a minute, I think. And there's no time for me to ease into it. I just have to just go 100% right from the beginning.
Yeah, it's a little quicker right out the gate. It's kind of more favoring the 40-yard dash guy, not the mile type guy. Do you think that's towards your advantage?
It's definitely my biggest advantage is my capacity, if it ever comes to my capacity. But I am pretty fast. I am really there's very few eaters that have the speed that is even close to mine. But 2 of them are here in this event. There's Gideon OG, and Darren Breeden. Both of those guys are pretty fast, and Matt Stoney. Matt Stoney's super fast, and it's going to be a tight field.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight field. It shows in the odds. Although Joey, first off, are you much of a betting guy? Do you bet on sports outside of competitive eating?
Pretty rarely. It's not like I think I bet on the Conor McGregor Mayweather fight.
Okay.
What else did I bet on? Oh, the national championship, the football national championship. Yeah, but it's not like a. I just don't do it very often.
Who'd you bet on in college? You're a San Jose State grad, right? Do you ever bet on the Spartans?
No, heck no. Oh God, no. I bet on LSU because LSU was a pretty safe bet, I think.
Well, good. You took my money anyway. I was on the other side, unfortunately. But Joey, talking about betting here, man, it looks like Bet Online's got you posted as the -150 favorite. Looking at the app right now, followed by Darren Breeden +400, Matt Stoney +500, some other names here, all the way down to Eric Booker at +2,000. Is there a name out there not named Joey Chestnut that you would kind of recommend betting on?
Faster than be able to beat. This is just for the bologna contest.
No, actually, this is for the overall champion.
Overall,
yeah.
Oh baby, I don't like to think that somebody can beat me overall. So they really they have to make it to the final round and beat me in the final, or beat somebody. Man, the person. I guess the person I'd be most worried about is either Matt Stoney or Darren Breeden. Those guys are both. And Matt Stoney, he's done videos of himself eating cup noodles in the past, and that's where we're eating in the final round. So he has a little bit more experience than anybody else eating cup noodles. Darren Breeden, I know he's done videos eating ramen like a madman. But I eat ramen too. I like ramen. I'm thinking about the final round. That's what it'll all come down to. And then the elimination rounds. Yeah, it's as far as the elimination rounds, I see Gideon OG having a pretty big advantage over anybody in the Oreo cookies. I did some practice with Oreo cookies, and Oreo cookies are hard to eat fast, hard to swallow. And Gideon OG, eats those things. I remember I was in a kale eating contest with him, and he plowed through it, and it was like eating plastic bags, and he was able just to eat it like nothing. And so if there's a food that's hard to swallow, I'm thinking it like Oreos. Gideon is. I would bet on Gideon,
Yeah,
but
yeah, Joey, I can see
but
the difference.
as far as the overall, I can't see him pulling out a big win in beans or ramen. But I could see possibly Darren pulling off a big win in ramen and beans.
It's crazy to think, some guys more talented at certain things, but it makes sense. Hot dogs and Oreos are a lot different. I mean, leading me into my next question here, where some bettors might be able to get an advantage. Going down the list here, we got bologna, we got Oreo cookies, we got 1.5 gallons of Bush's baked beans. Also in the championship round, ramen, 10 noodle cups, I believe. I'm not sure if it's ramen, but either way, are there any of those that kind of scare you more than the others? It sounded like maybe it'd be Oreo cookies. And which one is kind of, would you say you're most advantageous?
Yeah, Oreos they're on my mind just because it's my whole life I've been eating Oreos slow, and it's really hard to change the way you eat something. Bologna, I'm not really a fan of the bologna, but I've never eaten it plain, like, eaten it like that, so I was able to figure out a method to eat it fast pretty quickly, I think,
Okay.
and just not even. It's only 2 pounds, so I should be able to plow through that. As far as easiest, I should be able to dominate pretty well, I think, in baked beans, just because
All right.
I did a red beans and rice eating contest in February. It was my last only contest of the year, and I absolutely murdered the competition in that. They didn't have a chance, and so if I feel good about beans, I feel pretty good about ramen, but it's I'm sure it'll be the final. That's the final round, and you never know how people their adrenaline's going to kick in, other people.
Right.
So with the final round, so I just need to get there before I can really predict that.
And Joey, and guys, by the way, we're talking with Joey Chestnut. In my opinion, the most popular, the best eating contest person in the world right now. Follow him on Twitter at Joey Jaws. Also, check out his YouTube channel. Some really cool videos there, Joey. In terms of, I watched the Big Mac one, man. What'd you have, over 30 Big Macs? So yeah, Joey Chestnut on YouTube, and it will also be aired on Major League Eating YouTube channel tonight. But that Big Mac, what over 30 Big Macs, right, Joey?
Yeah, it was like 32 Big Macs. They were tasty. I've always loved Big Macs, so I mean I was pretty full. I wasn't 100% full. I was probably about 85%, and I was but I was eating for like 38 minutes. So after like 15 minutes of eating, I started sweating. My body's starting to metabolize the food, so you can see like during the video that I start sweating like a madman, and it was still tasty. It was just I was getting tired.
Understandable, man. 30 Big Macs. I don't even know if I could do 2 or 3, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, just doing some research on you, man. I'm seeing what 6'1", 230. Are you more of like a muscular build, or a little chunky? How would
I'm a
you
little
describe
chunky.
yourself?
Hey, if
Okay.
anybody has a reason to be chunky, it's me. I love to eat, and but my whole thing is I try to eat healthy during the week, and on the weekends are either a reward day or they're contest day. These contests are a little bit different because they're one every other day, this is yeah, that's how I pretty much got into competitive eating. I would eat healthy while I was in school and college, and then on the weekends I'd go to my parents' house and eat everything.
And Joey, talking about these competitive eating contests and the competition, Darren Breeden, Matt Stoney, even Kobiashi. A lot of people kind of go almost like Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire. Joey Chestnut and Kobiashi back in the day. That was kind of a main, big up there, A-list type watch. Are you friends with these type of guys? What's it like kind of in the locker room before you go out there? You like, hey, I hate that guy, or is it you're dabbing them up, your buddies? What's that like?
Oh well, with people, it's there's no general like, oh, we're all best friends. But some of us really are best friends. Some of us
Okay.
are more friendly enemies, and some of us really don't like each other. So it's a whole spectrum. A lot of us are friends though. Me and Matt, we're we're really close. Well, me Gideon, he's one of the nicest dudes on earth. This guy, and
Right.
he wants this quarantine to be over. He's making plans. One day we're gonna go to Nigeria and go visit his family. Uh, but Darren Breeden, this guy is he's a friend of me. He's friendly, but he's very serious about competition, and he's not overly nice. And then like going back to Kobiashi, we were nemesis. We each other's we pushed we he blocked me on Twitter and Instagram and we were pushing each other to the breaking point. And I miss having somebody who really I mean he hated me and it made it easier for me to push myself to really do it to a new limit. So yeah, these competitions like any kind of athlete, you're there's different characters and different relationships and you value them differently.
Man, good stuff. Getting behind the scenes there on. And where's Kobayashi now? Why did he kind of fall off the map? Why can't I find him anywhere?
Oh my god, he went crazy. Poor guy. No, he had a big falling out with Major League Eating, and he's doing his own events. Very few, very small events, and it's a bummer. He's it's they all should have been able to work out a deal. It's one of those things where egos got in the way. I think where Kobayashi had an ego and Major League Eating wasn't budging on their thing and on what they wanted and it's very unfortunate and the biggest victim or biggest people who lose out are people who wanted to watch the rivalry.
Right.
And it's a bummer.
Well, Joey, I sent out a tweet here at Drew Martin Bets on any questions anybody wanted me to ask you, and I just fire them away at you. So if it's all right with you, I'd like to ask some of these. Are the competitive eating groupies as wild as they say? That from at ClickClack4 on Twitter.
ClickClack4. Oh, interesting.
No,
They're
ClickClack4.
Oh, 4. No, the groupies. It's a mixed bag too. Like most women, I call everybody. Everybody's fans. We do have competitive eating has some of the really awesome fans, and it's I wouldn't call them groupies, but yeah, but any fans that we meet, anybody who recognizes us, they're ready to have some beers in a bar and just hopefully laugh and have a good time.
Okay, yeah, no, I could definitely see that, man. Like guys, like wanting to really be your buddy. What about the girl aspect, though? Are there really girls that are kind of
you wouldn't there aren't initially that many fans. Women don't know they're a fan until they meet you. They're like, oh, you're the champion. Women don't really like competitive eating, but they like number one.
Ah, that's a good way to put it. Okay, I could see that. So it sounds like you've done pretty well in your day. We got Quarantine Day 36 asking, will he do a McDonald's food challenge if the opportunity presents itself?
Oh, absolutely. If that comes up, I would definitely love to do it, especially against people. I'm already thinking about doing the YouTube video where everybody's seen that little Instagram photo of like, would you eat this could you finish this in 90 minutes? It's like 4 double quarter pounders and 2 fries, a bunch of nuggets, and I could definitely finish it in 90 minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna do another McDonald's challenge.
Okay, all right, we'll look out for that. We got at Top Flight Sports asking, is there any food he despises to the point where he would pass on a contest if it featured that food?
Yeah, I'm a little bit picky. I won't do weird foods that you don't find on a menu. If you go to a restaurant, like I'm not gonna eat just plain mayonnaise. And for years that was something they used to do. There was people who they'd eat butter. A competitive eater who would eat butter. I was like, no, I'm not. I mean that's all right. My thing is I love to eat. I'm a fat boy and I love to compete and I like beating really pushing my competitors to their breaking point. And those are the two things I like: eating and winning. And and if I don't enjoy the food, it's not fun. So if if it's a weird that mayonnaise or butter, people, there's even been sponsors that wanted to do that one time, and Rocky Mountain oysters. I came close to doing it because it is kind of a menu item, but I said no. Who knows? I've never done oysters, but I might if the right circumstances come up. But yeah, I'm down to pretty much eat any normal food.
Okay. And we got one more here from Michael Campbell saying, what do these contests pay out and how many get paid?
It depends on the contest. A lot of smaller contests, the prize would be it's like $2,500 first, $1,500 second, $1,000 for third, and $500 for fourth. Bigger ones, they'll pay out 10 spots. Prizes could be
like 10 grand.
10 grand for first. Or I remember Crystals, I think was 20 or 30. I think it might have been 20 grand for first.
Wow.
So there's some decent prizes. Then sponsors. If you're a decent eater and they want you to represent their brand beforehand and afterwards, but do media for them, they're willing to pay for it usually.
So it's one of those things, almost like an NBA player, maybe not to that level, but where the sponsors, whether it be Ketchup or Nathan's or anything like that, you're almost making more doing that than the actual contest.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, because the whole competitive eating, it's kind of it's a PR mechanism. The whole thing is to get media attention towards a product or a company, and then let's say we do the contest, and you get all these interviews, people want to do interviews, and then the winner can't do interviews or doesn't want to talk to media. So it's important they're like, oh, this guy wants to do media for us and promote our brand. They're all about that.
Cool, man. And a lot of this is, especially with sports not going on right now, a lot of it is about the gambling portion of this. There's going to be people watching this looking to make a bet and looking for that action. And guys, at Bet Online right now is where you can bet on it under the entertainment tab. Overall odds, again, this is Joey Chesnut, minus 150 favorite. Second up on the list, Darren Breeden at plus 400, followed by Matt Stoney at plus 500. All the way down to the end, Eric Booker plus 2,000. To get a pick from you, Joey, it sounds like you like yourself to win it all. Minus 150 would be your best bet. One, is that correct? And two, if you couldn't pick yourself, who would you pick to win it all?
Oh my God! If I couldn't pick myself, it would have to be. I'm up in the air between Darren Breeden and Matt Stoney because both of those guys. And Matt Stoney, over the years, I think he lost some of his capacity, but he still has a crazy speed. So none of these contests are really for capacity. Yeah, it's a hard one. I other than myself, yeah, because Darren hasn't beaten me in a long time either. The only contest he ever beat me in was a cheese curd eating contest. And the only reason he got a fast start on me, and that stands out in my mind. He was able to start really quickly, so yeah, it's between Matt and Darren. If I had to bet on somebody else.
And it sounds like that's who's in second and third in terms of the Bet Online pricing right now, guys. If you're looking to bet at plus 400 for Darren and Matt at plus 500. So, Joey, hey, man, I appreciate it. I thought it was entertaining. Good to get to know a little bit more about you, what's going on, the groupie action, your interactions with the other guys. Check them out, joeychestnut.com. Also on Twitter at Joey Jaws. And the Major League Eating on YouTube starts tonight and goes all the way through Wednesday. Joey, is there anything else you wanted to kind of throw out there before we shut this down?
Oh no, it's we're also donating $10,000 to charity, Feed America, and it's we all just love to eat and celebrate food and see how it brings people together, and we hope everybody's staying safe and able to eat something that makes them happy during quarantine.
Awesome, Joey. Well, best of luck, man. I think I'm going to place a bet on you, and either Darren or Matt, take your advice and try to get a little action here and have some fun, man. So I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Guys, make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know what you thought of the video. Always fun. Best of luck with your bets, guys.